Coming up, art fraud. Is a world-famous painting fake or for real?
The case of the contaminated water bowl. Who could commit such a callous crime?
Who buried the car keys at the beach? Can our crime scene detectives catch the culprit?
And finding the chocolate thief with a homemade lie detector.
Wow, I've always wanted to make my own lie detector. I can't wait to see that story.
Sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? But before we do that, let's head to the beach where Louisa and Jessica's holiday is about to have a very strange ending.
We're stuck at our holiday house. We're all packed and ready to go when Mum discovered her car keys were missing. And now she's blaming us. Hang on. Instead of just sitting here feeling sorry for ourselves, we could try and find the keys and work out who the real culprit is. Well, the keys were hanging here an hour ago. But hey, this Sam wasn't here then. Whoever took the keys must have brought it in with them. I bet it was my older brother Jordan, or his two friends, Johnny or Kristen. But which one? I know. Let's check out their room for clues.
The Egyptians made the world's oldest known keys 4,000 years ago. The spoon-shaped keys were made of wood, and they were as long as an adult's arm.
Okay, let's look around. With any luck, the car keys might have been stashed somewhere in here. Nope, nothing. Find anything? Me neither. Hey, that's weird. One of them hasn't packed their bag. That's a bit suspicious. Maybe whoever stole the keys knew there was no need to pack. But we don't know which bag belongs to which suspect. This calls for some serious detective work. If we take a hair sample from their icky hairbrushes, ew, we'll be able to work out who owns which bag. Come on, we need better light. This one's from a packed bag, and it's blonde. Got to be Johnny's. Red. That's Kristen's. So those two are off the list. Which means the unpacked bag must belong to my brother Jordan. Yep, dark hair. So he's our main suspect. But where would he have hidden the keys? Come on, I've got a hunch.
People have lots of different hairstyles and different coloured hair. But criminals can still be caught if their hair is found at a crime scene. That's because forensic experts can take a hair sample, weigh it, and in a laboratory, dissolve it in acid. Once the hair has been turned into liquid, the chemicals inside it are analysed. That combination of chemicals is unique for everyone. So criminals can still be identified from a hair sample, whether it's long, short, black, blonde or brown. I can't believe human hair comes in so many shapes and sizes.
Yeah, and people with dark hair like ours have about 100,000 hairs.
Whoa, that's a lot.
And blonde people have even more. They have about 120,000. And funnily enough, redheads have the least amount of hair with only 80,000.
Yeah, well, thanks to you, I've only got 99,999 left, Shay.
Don't worry, you got heaps of hair, Steve. But by following this hair trail, our clever detectives have almost solved the crime.
Mum's car keys have gone missing. We suspect our brother Jordan stole them. He was the only one that didn't pack his bag, suggesting that he knows we can't leave. So, if I know my brother Jordan, he stole the keys so he could go surfing. And while he's surfing, he always buries his valuables. And leaves a pile of shells to show him where. That's his modus operandi. Come on, Jessica, we've got some digging to do. Aha, a trail of footprints. We're on the right track. Now, where's Jordan's telltale pile of shells? Bingo! How predictable. Let's start searching here. Now we just dig and sift. Wait, I thought I heard a jingle. Could it be the keys? Yes! Eureka! Mum's car keys. We're in the clear, and Jordan's in big trouble.
The way you tend to go about things is called your modus operandi, or MO. Things like, do you carry your bag over your left or your right shoulder? Are you left or right-handed? Knowing a criminal's MO can help police solve a crime. Exactly how our clever detectives did.
Hello, Jordan. Did you enjoy yourself while we were all looking for these? Well, you wanted to spend more time in the water. Now you've got more than you bargained for.
I think Jordan got exactly what he deserved.
Me too. The punishment should fit the crime. Hey, and speaking of crimes, there's nothing more serious than stolen chocolate.
Dad always has plenty of chocolate. What? It's gone! Hey, Spencer, help me find Dad's secret stash. Any luck? Nah. So there's a thief in the house, and it could only be Sachin or Laura May. And they'd never admit to stealing. This crime calls for a lie detector test, and I know just how to do it. This is an ordinary bowl of water. They put their finger in, and if the water ripples under questioning, they're guilty. So, did you take the chocolate? He denies it, and his finger's as steady as a rock. So he must be telling the truth. Let's try Laura May, Spencer. Did you steal the chocolate? No. The water's still. She's not lying either. Either these two aren't guilty, or we need a better lie detector.
Ancient Chinese used a mouthful of rice as a lie detector. If the rice became soggy, the suspect was accused of lying. That's because it was assumed guilt created lots more saliva.
To make our super lie detector, we need a length of insulated wire and Dad's multimeter. First, we cut 2 lengths of wire and 2 strips of Velcro tape. We stick the wire to the back of the Velcro, then lay some foil over the top. Trim it off. Perfect. We're going to attach these to the suspect's fingers. If their fingers start sweating under questioning, the resistance reading on the multimeter will change, and we'll know they're guilty. We'll record their pulse and graph the multimeter changes. Time to bring in our suspects.
Look at this. How cool is Felix's lie detector? I'm going to give it a try. Shay, put these on your fingers.
Oh, I'm not too sure about this, but I'll trust you.
Come on, I'll ask you some questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, how about some test ones to begin with, yeah?
Okay.
Okay. is your name Shay?
Yes.
Correct. Are you wearing a yellow T-shirt?
Yes.
Well done. Now, have you ever stolen chocolate?
No, never.
Ooh, I think you're lying about that one there.
No, Steve, look, I just think you don't know how to do it right.
No, OK, maybe you're right. Perhaps we should leave this to Felix and Spencer. Let's go back to the crime scene, shall we?
Someone stole Dad's chocolate. We suspect Laura May and Sachin. Our first lie detector test was inconclusive, so we've built an improved version. Now for the moment of truth. Spencer will conduct the interrogation while I plot the results. First up, Laura May.
Is your name Laura May?
Yes, of course. So that's our baseline. Go for it, Spencer.
Did you steal the chocolate?
She says she didn't, and a lie detector confirms it. The readings haven't moved from the baseline. So it looks like Laura May didn't steal the chocolate. Sachin, your turn. Go for it, Spencer.
Did you steal the chocolate?
Another no. Well, that's what he says. Oh, and the lie detector confirms it. That's weird. 2 innocent suspects. Hang on, there's one more possibility. Spencer, your fingers.
Huh?
If he's got nothing to hide, he won't object to Laura May asking a few questions.
Spencer, did you steal the chocolate?
He's denying it. But look! The multimeter is going crazy. I think we've found our surprise chocolate thief. Spencer, you're busted.
Real lie detectors, or polygraphs, are quite complicated machines. They measure breathing, heart rate and sweat levels. The results are recorded on a chart and tell an experienced polygraph operator if the suspect is lying or not.
Spencer reckons he'll replace all the chocolate. But how do we know if he's telling the truth? Unless... Of course, he submits to another lie detector test.
Here we go, Sachin. The Art Museum. Poor guy knows nothing about the great masters. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we could spend all day here. But we've got to get over to my uncle's art gallery. He's just paid a fortune for a painting by the great Mendoza, and now he suspects something's not quite right about it. And he's asked me, the family art expert, to have a look. Hang on a minute. Mendoza always signs his paintings. I think this might be a fake. But who could have duped my dear old uncle? Let's think. The only people that had contact with this painting were Penny, my uncle's ambitious art restorer and a budding painter, or Jim, his money-hungry framer. Either of them could have substituted the real Mendoza for a fake. Wait there.
Art fraud is more than 2,000 years old. Roman sculptors copied the work of famous Greek artists. The fake sculptures were sold to gullible collectors for a small fortune.
Before we start accusing Uncle's employees of art fraud, we'll have a closer look. Here. This is supposed to be the original frame. And a telltale sign of an old frame is worms. That's right, Sachin. Worms that burrow into old wood. Aha! wormholes. But they're just a little too perfect. See? Someone's made these with a drill. I told you this was a fake. Stay put. And I'll prove it once and for all. Check this out. I found an art website. And look, a photo of the original.
Huh?
Oh, Sachin. Talk about an untrained eye. Have a closer look. Now, look at the mouth. On the original, she's frowning. But on my uncle's, she's smiling. It's definitely a fake. Now we need to pin down the fraudster.
Real art fraud investigators try to catch criminals who sell fake paintings. They examine frames very carefully to see if they're actually old or if they're just made to look old to trick people. The X-ray images sometimes show what's underneath the paint. In this painting of a harbour, the X-ray image reveals the pencil lines that the artist drew before painting over the top. This artist always draws in pencil first, proving that this painting is the real deal and not a fake. I paid a fortune for this painting.
Really?
Yeah, and now I don't know whether it's genuine or whether I've been taken for a ride.
Okay, relax, Steve. I'll tell you whether it's a genuine oil painting.
Yeah?
Yep, that's oil paint for sure.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
You know what else is genuine about this painting?
No, what's that?
It's genuinely ugly.
What are you talking about? It's really nice.
Let's take a look. What do we got? Brown sky, brown fence, brown road. Oh, what do you know? A brown house. No self-respecting forger would bother to copy a painting this bad.
Oh, I mean, there's a little brown.
A lot of brown.
Too much brown. Okay, perhaps I have been taken for a ride. Maybe I should have shown this to Holly and Sachin first.
I think so. Well, they certainly do seem to know what they're doing.
My uncle paid a fortune for this Mendoza masterpiece. Trouble is, I think it's a fake. There's no signature, there are fake wormholes, and the clincher, the mouth's all wrong. Now the suspects are Penny, my uncle's art restorer, and Jim, his framer. Sachin, you can always pick a fake by the brush strokes. So let's compare these. See, broad brushstrokes and quite rough, with one of Penny's paintings on the other wall. See, totally different. Finer and smoother. No way the fake Mendoza was done by this artist. So Penny's off the hook. That leaves Jim, the framer. Let's have another look at that frame. Staples? They didn't have staples in Mendoza's day. I think we've solved this major case of art fraud. Jim, your framing days are over.
Nice detective work, Holly and Sachin. The way an artist uses a brush on the canvas is as unique as a fingerprint. High-tech machines also show what paint and what type of canvas was used to prove whether a valuable artwork is real or a forgery.
My uncle's thrown his forged Mendoza in the rubbish, so his gallery is one painting short. I only hope he doesn't notice that his new Picasso is a fake too.
Holly, that's a fantastic-looking Picasso and some pretty smart detective work too.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, and I think Annette's about to do a pretty good job as well, solving the case of the contaminated water bowl.
Boy, it's hot and humid out here. Isn't it muggy, Bella? She must be thirsty. But she's not drinking from her bowl. That's odd. The water is cloudy. No wonder Bella isn't drinking. Someone's contaminated her drinking water. What a
thoughtless crime. Who could have done it and how? Well, Dad's been out here cleaning the roof. And Stephanie was making lemon drink in the yard earlier. Or that miserable Mr. Wiggly from next door. He could have snuck in and done it. Don't worry, girl. I'll solve it. And this water is vital evidence. It's gonna be a tough case to crack. And I could use some backup. So I've called in my forensic friend, Harry.
Ancient Egyptians cleaned their mud-contaminated drinking water. They left it in huge jars and let the mud sink to the bottom. Then they collected the clean water from the top of the jars.
Okay, Harry. To solve this crime, we need to test Bella's water. So I was thinking, hang on, miserable Mr. Wiggly is away for 2 days. He's paying me to feed his cat, so he can't have done it. He's off the suspect list. That leaves either Dad or Stephanie. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. The key to cracking this case is red cabbage.
Huh?
Remember in science class? Red cabbage juice? The perfect way to test for acidity? First, we ask Mum to shred the cabbage. Thanks, Mum. Now we'll pop the cabbage into a saucepan and ask Mum to boil it for 20 minutes. Then let it cool down. Meanwhile, I'll get lemon and baking soda. Now we'll strain the cool liquid so there are no lumps. Okay, to the lab we go. Gloves and goggles on. And the cabbage juice goes into these jars. Now, Stephanie was making lemon drink, so let's see what lemon juice does. Whoa! Instant red! So acid lemon juice turns cabbage water red. We know Dad's cleaning liquid is alkaline, just like this baking soda here. Pop it in and the cabbage juice is turned greeny blue. All we have to do now is test Bella's contaminated water. If it goes red, Stephanie's the culprit. If it goes greeny blue, it's Dad. Let's get a sample and take it back to the lab.
Wow, who would have thought a cabbage could be used as a crime-fighting tool?
Yeah, I know. Not me, that's for sure. Hey, but with our clever forensic team on the job, plus some very useful chemistry lessons, I think Annette and Harry will have this crime solved lickety-split.
And hopefully one cute little dog will be able to lick up nice, clean water instead of that yucky, contaminated stuff.
Yeah. Hey, but what was it that contaminated the water? Let's get back to the crime scene and find out.
Someone's been messing with Bella's water, and it's really put her off her drink. So Harry and I are using boiled up cabbage water to find out who the water polluter was. Okay, let's test the sample. First, another jar of cabbage water. And now, Bella's contaminated water. Look, it's turned red, just like Stephanie's lemon juice. The water's been contaminated with an acid. So Dad's in the clear. His cleaning solution was alkaline, which means our water polluting culprit is Stephanie.
Nice forensic work, Annette and Harry. You were right, it was Stephanie. She thought she'd share her lemon drink with Bella. And it was a clever idea to use cabbage juice as a chemical indicator. It changes colour when you add acids or alkalines because it contains a colour-sensitive pigment called anthocyanin. Forensic scientists use chemicals just like this to help them solve crimes.
With fresh water, Bella is back to her old self, and Stephanie's learned that her lemonade's not for dogs. But it sure is the drink of choice for thirsty detectives.
A crime well solved.
Yep, I'll drink to that.
Cheers. And we'll look forward to some more crime solving next time. See you then.